Hey guys, Bronco Carl 92 here. So it's Monday, June 3rd, and we're back on our Chrysler Torqueflite 727. Okay, so a quick recap from yesterday. I took the transmission apart, I cleaned the housing, I put the valve body into the tank and washed that out, washed all the rest of the parts, and did a little cleaning up out here. What I did last night was I actually assembled the gear train, which is basically the two planetary sets, and replaced the sprag assembly in the base of the transmission case. Didn't really think that that was all that exciting, and honestly, making the videos too long or too lengthy has been proved to be quite a problem for me with the Windows Movie Maker. I don't know what's going on with it, or if my computer is not liking it, but it takes a long time to edit these movies now. So and I don't know if it's because I'm doing everything in HD, but a lot of the other movies I did were in HD also, and it seems that they were going through without a problem. So I don't know if I have to reformat my computer or do something. So, but anyway, without further ado, here's what we got going on tonight. So anyway, like I said, we put the lower gear train in. So there's our reverse band, and the two planetary sets and the and that shell, and of course the servo for reverses in. The band isn't adjusted yet. We'll do that later, and we have the front band servo in also. I'll replace the seal rings on that, and obviously the extension housing and output shaft are back in place. So over here we've got our clutch assemblies. So what we're going to do is we'll blow these apart. We'll inspect the discs. We'll change out the seals, and we'll put the rest of this back together, and we'll do the valve body. So hopefully we'll be able to get this all done in one shot tonight. Alright, so there's really not much to this. We've got a front clutch assembly and a rear clutch assembly. So I think what we'll do is we'll work on the front one first. So we're just going to pop this snap ring out. And then we can pull out our end plate, clutches, and then reaction plate. These discs have some, the steels have some shiny spots on them. The discs don't look too bad. It's kind of interesting. This transmission had a lot of junk in the pan, as we saw in the beginning, and I've yet to find where it came from. So I suspect that it's from the torque converter. And Dan sent that to Dynamic to get rebuilt, so it's probably be a good idea if we ask if it was found to be trashed. Okay, so next to change the seal out, we just have to remove this inner snap ring here, or this wave ring. Drop your piston out. And that's that. So we just have these two seals here, these two lip seals to replace. It seems like I grabbed the one but not the other, so I can grab the other seal. Okay, so that's the inner, that's the outer. It's surprising to me how clean this is compared to what we found in the oil pan. I guess gravity does its thing. Seal's a little hard. Nothing crazy. Okay, just a spritz. Easier for me. This inside seal is just a little too small for the lip roller, so we just got to very gently roll the seal into place. The screwdriver I have is not sharp at all. We've got quite the weather swing going on in New Jersey here. It was 96 yesterday. It's in the 70s today. Rain last night. I guess I cooled everything off. Just weird weather. There we go. Nice. Have a seal ring here, a hook type. You can see that. So that's a hook type, so you basically install it and then you hook the ends together like that and it makes a seal. Here's our new one. Got 2 more hook rings on the shaft here. Okay, so our replacement rings here are actually a nylon material, or some type of plastic. No hooks on them. Our bushing in here looks perfect. I'm not going to mess with it. So let's put our spring plate back in. Hang on. It'll work better that way. All right, so let's build this clutch. So we put in our reaction plate. Followed by disc, steel, disc, steel, disc, steel, disc, and then our end plate. I've mentioned in other videos, and I'll mention it again, clutch plates should be soaked, or excuse me, clutch discs should be soaked in transmission fluid for a minimum of 24 hours. These have been soaking actually for weeks, so. We can check the clearance on that in a little bit. Done. We can set that up over here. All right, next we'll work on our rear clutch. That's our selective washer. I don't know if we have any marking on this one. Not, but we'll save that over there. Let's pop this snap ring out. Actually, what we can do is we can put these over here. And this end plate. These do not look as nice as the other ones. In fact, they're falling apart. And you can see that even the lines are actually even worn off of this one on the one side. I guess that could be some of our trash that's in the pan, even though we had a lot of metallic debris. I'm still going with a bad torque converter. These here. Alright, so we have to bring this over to the press and pop this off, so I'll put you guys back on in a sec. Alright, so we've got the piston out, and I'm just pressing out this bushing here. Alright, let's grab a new one. Alright, so I'm going to stick the front and rear clutches in at this point. One thing to take notice of is this washer here. It's kind of funny shaped. It actually goes in only one way right here. The first one of these I worked on, the thing drove me crazy. I couldn't figure out why on earth it wouldn't go in. And of course I'm having the same time with it right now. So good sound. Okay, now we put our band in. So we have our short strut. Goes on this side. And then the long strut on this side. And just kind of cinch it up just so it doesn't move. We'll adjust that later. Alright. Now let's go see what we got going on with the pump. Okay, so here's our stator support. I cut out the old bushing, and now we're just going to push the new one in. And there you go. Okay, so our pump assembly is all clean. I put a bushing in here also. And it's important on the converter bushing that you stake the two sides here so it doesn't spin. So, someone had glued the old gasket on here, so it was a real pain in the you-know-what to get out. So anyway, after much cleaning and cursing, we got that done. So we're just going to knock in our converter seal. And it's a good idea to actually pack the back of it with a little grease or Vaseline. I got Vaseline here, so makes things nice and nice. Just like everything else, that gave me grief. Okay. So now, put our pump gears back in. And so we don't have a dry issue, we can pack these up with a little jelly too. And here's our stator support. Alright, let's go get a torque wrench. Okay, so our torque is 15 foot-pounds. Crisscross pattern's good. Put the wheel on, I guess. Okay. Selective washer. Here's our two. This is actually called a reaction shaft, or you can call it a stator support because it supports the stator and the transmission. I guess you can call it whatever you like. So the reaction shaft seal rings here. Those are those hook style rings also. And finally our outer pump O-ring. Alright, let's go drop this in the transmission. Alright, so I put the gasket in place. No sealer on it. And we'll just carefully that's it. Goes in without a fuss. Gotta like that. There should be some seals for the bolts. There they are. And those bolts are okay, so we'll just wind these down. Okay. And they got 15 Newton meters, excuse me, 15 foot-pounds torque on this also. 1, 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay, feels good. Okay, one last thing I want to do tonight before we call it quits is I want to replace this seal here. This is for the selector and throttle shaft on the valve body. So just take a screwdriver. And there it is. Let's see. You really can't see it. Hold on. Alright, we're going to give this a go. So the seal's laying in place. I got a 1-inch diameter socket. Better. She's in. Alright, so I guess we're going to wrap it up for tonight. I didn't really get as much done as I thought I would. But tomorrow, what it looks like we have to do is the modifications to the valve body, drop the valve body in, We can do a little air testing on the clutches before we put the valve body in, of course. That should wrap it up. So anyway, recap. So we basically got the insides of this baby in. We got our pump put back together, cleaned up, installed. I've gave this a little feel. The end clearance feels pretty decent by feel. Maybe I'll throw a mic on there tomorrow. And that's pretty much it. So anyway, this video really didn't come out the way I wanted it to, but hopefully you guys like it. So anyhow, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.